Hi, I'm Colin, and today I'll be throwing around some ideas on the future of smartphones. Now, smartphones were a great invention 10 years ago, and they were great because they were very convenient, putting everything in one place, and they were consolidating a number of different things into one. Previous devices that used to be separate all came into one, so it was the concept of it that was great. But it's already a little bit feeling outdated. I was in a shop recently where they had loads and loads of different varieties of this, and some a bit larger, some a bit smaller, but all basically doing the same thing. So what could really be the next step with these? Well, to understand what the next step is, let's look at what is good about these and what could be improved. Firstly, the convenience. Yes, it is all in one place, but what do you do with it? It's in one place, but you kind of put it in your pocket and it messes up your shirt line. You put it in your trouser pocket. Yes, it could fall out when you get in and out of the car. A lady could put it in her handbag, she wouldn't hear it ringing. You put it on the table, it could fall off and smash the screen, or you could forget it there, or someone could steal it. It isn't actually that convenient as it could be. And if you look at it in terms of convergence, over the last 10 years, there are a number of other devices that have come along which have veered away from this. If you think about what they are, firstly you have, for example, the iWatch. Now, a watch is a very good place to put something, but it doesn't solve the problem of the inconvenience of having the mobile phone. It rather adds to it because it doesn't have much functionality here to really make a big difference. If you then think of, let's say, Apple TV, yes, it's a good idea to update TVs, but it rather misses a point. I don't have a TV in my house anymore because people just don't consume media in that way. Everyone's watching really small clips of things and very individually, so that isn't really needed either. Then if you think about, for example, Google Glasses, very good idea, but they look a little bit funny and similar, let's say, if you take the VR devices from Samsung or an Oculus Rift. Yes, it's got great that it's putting the media right next to your eyes, but too bulky, a bit inconvenient, you wouldn't walk around the street wearing them either. Then think of a GoPro. GoPros, all very good. You put them on top of your head. I mean, the great thing about an iPhone is the camera's always very convenient and ready. GoPro's even better because it's better positioned. It's always on when you're doing something fun. Then you look at, let's say, a Fitbit. Fitbit's also very good. It's on your wrist so that it's measuring your movements. Then you're looking at, for example, when you're making a phone call, you've got one of these and you don't necessarily want to put this to your head all the time, so you've got headphones, listening to music as well, or hands-free when you're talking to someone. But all of these are separate from this. What could bring them all back together in one device? Now, there has been a technological breakthrough which starts putting this in the right direction, and that is bendable screens. But it's off to a slightly the wrong start because the first pictures you see of bendable screens are putting them across the wrist like this. Now, the thing with putting them across your wrist like that is it's going to break very easily. This is covered in very tough glass. If it's bendable, it's not going to be. And being on your wrist, it's going to knock into things. Your wrist just does knock into things. So what's the solution to that? It is to put the screen on the inside and then bend it round. Now I'm going to change props here just to give an idea. As the technology is always improving and the device is becoming lighter, the battery is becoming lighter, the chips are getting smaller, think more along terms of this than a bigger device like this. So you can imagine this wrapping around your wrist very easily with the screen on the inside. Then if it comes off, how about putting the screen right next to your eyes like this? That has a number of different advantages. It is immediately a number of different things converged into one. So how would one of these be converging everything together? Well, it's over your wrist, so it's your watch. It is over your eyes, so it's your media, it's your Apple TV. It's your Google Glasses because it can have a camera on the outside. It is your VR set because it's over your eyes already. It is your GoPro because it has the camera there. It is your Fitbit because it can be here or here where you're moving because it's going round close to your ears. It is your headphones because also it's closer to your mouth. It is your hands-free. Now another variation on this theme could be, excuse the very simple prop here, but something that looks a little bit more like a watch. Now this could wrap around your wrist and on the outside would have one screen which could have, let's say, your clock or whatever you want to access very readily. on the other side, a screen protected against your wrist, and this could open out with the screens and then go over your eyes and wrap around, another variation on it. But if we're considering this, what could you start doing with it? Now, if it's over your eyes with a camera here, it can start feeding a different image back to your eyes. Think zoom vision. Think of, for example, night vision. Think of getting overlay of information for, let's say, navigation. If you're walking down a street, it could be showing you exactly in your image of what you're seeing, which way to go. If you walk up to a shop, it could tell you about that shop using facial recognition. It could, let's say, zoom in on someone's face and you'd find out all about that person, although obviously there'd be certain privacy considerations and ethical considerations around that, which probably governments would legislate on in the future. So this would seem to be where the technology and convergence is heading towards. Now, does it pass the Star Trek test? Is it something that has been predicted by Star Trek just the same way that mobile phones had been before? Yes, if you look at these images, it does pass that test. Now, is it trendy and cool? Yes, now watches are very nice and trendy, and they're fashion statements. Sunglasses, think they're very cool. Millennials would love this. It was cool. Then, what would the technology be beyond this? Well, I think this is going to be the last device, quite honestly. In the future, things will move towards neural implants and directly linking to the brain, I suppose. But this would be a great device. I think this is going to be the future.